So in today's video, I am going to be going over the top 5 heroes and villains we need in Marvel Rivals. Alright, so the first hero I think we need is Deadpool. I think his character is long overdue, and he should probably be a DPS. His melee could be his 2 katanas, just like in the movies, and his main source for damage would be his 2 deagles, and his passive would be he gets healed over time. It would probably take a while for him to get back to full HP. He would probably be like a 250 to 300 HP hero, and his ult could be his double pistols, but they turn gold and do double damage. And since Wolverine is already in the game, they should have a team up, and it could be that they do double damage and they regain health over time, probably a lot faster than just his passive. I think that would be a kind of good touch as well. And the second character we need is Green Goblin, and he should be another DPS. His main source of damage should be the pumpkins, and when they hit on impact, they should do like double damage or something crazy, kind of like Squirrel Girl. But hopefully they find a way to balance that out. They should probably nerf Squirrel Girl as well. And his ult should be him on his glider, and he automatically throws the pumpkins for 10 seconds. So kind of like Punisher, and his team up should be with Spider-Man. And it should give Spider-Man 6 explosive webs, and after the 6 runs out, then he has to wait 20 seconds to use them again. And his passive should be he can hear a voice that says how close an enemy is and who it is, and you should probably be able to take that off or on. I think some people would like it, some people wouldn't. It's all just a personal preference. And the third hero we need is Drax, and he can join the Guardian Revival team up with Adam, Mantis, and Star-Lord, and his main source of damage could be his dual knives, and they do 40 damage per hit. And his other team up can be with Rocket, and Rocket can give him a jetpack, and he will also be a DPS. I think it's only right if he is a DPS. I don't think he would be like a tank or a healer. So, yeah. And the fourth character we need is Thanos, and he would be a tank. And his ult is that he can use the individual stones, and his main source for damage could be his double-sided sword. And his melee can just be his hands, like punches and stuff, and kicks. And just like Strange, he can levitate for 5 to 10 seconds. His cooldowns can be him grabbing the other person and chokes them for 5 seconds, and does 20 damage per second. And his other ones can be like combat ones, similar to Emma Frost, like her kick and her choke slam. I think it would only be right to give Thanos like combat ones. Yeah. Now the next character we need is Carnage. I think he would be a pretty good addition to the game. He could probably be something similar to Venom, but not fully like Venom, if that makes sense. But obviously he will still be a symbiote and stuff like that. So he could probably be another tank. I think that's a pretty good idea for Carnage. Maybe a DPS, maybe. I think it would probably be best as a tank, but I think a DPS could also be a pretty good idea. But his team up can be with Venom, and they heal over time, so kind of similar, like the Wolverine and Deadpool team up, like I had mentioned earlier in this video. Well, we still are pretty early into this video, but yeah. So similar like that. And his cooldowns could be he gets like a scythe and does like some insane slicing damage, and his other 2 ones can be like a web swing with 2 charges, and I think also Venom needs that buff as well. And when he is in the air, he can also dive strike just like Venom, which he's kind of very like Venom, but I think they can maybe tweak him up also to be like kind of like his own new character, because I think Marvel is pretty good at doing that. And his passives could also be wall climbing and wall crawling. I think that would also be pretty good as well. I feel like we need more characters that can do that. And I think Carnage would be a perfect idea, because obviously Venom can do that too. But I feel like Carnage would be like kind of cooler because of like the scythe and stuff. But me personally, I still think Venom is the cooler symbiote in the movies. And also if they did add Carnage, I think Venom would still be cooler. But yeah. And for Carnage's ult, it wouldn't be nothing like Venom. I think Carnage, he should have like a bunch of like different like scythes, swords, and just like kind of like older type of like weapons and stuff, like all around his body. And when you would punch, kind of like everything would like hit that person, and it would just like one shot them. or you know what, just like something like that, or they could just go with like kind of like Venom's ult but just red, because he is a red symbiote. But I think the first idea, I mean, I couldn't really come up with anything that was like insanely good for his ult, but I think that would kind of be like pretty cool, to have like a whole bunch of like different like swords and stuff like around him. Alright, so now that we are done with the top 5 heroes and villains that we needed in Marvel Rivals, now let's go over one team up that I think would make this game insane and people would go crazy for it. I think we need a team up between Jeff and Venom. So obviously Venom being the producer for the team up and Jeff being the consumer. And Jeff could be like fully submerged in symbiote and he does double damage for a limited time. They can come up with that or whatever. And his bubbles that he spits out could give the consumer symbiote powers for 5 seconds and also give heals. Probably nothing to buff with the heals. Probably just leave it the same. But give them symbiote powers for like 5 seconds. I think that would be insane. But yeah. Alright guys, so that's going to wrap up this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions on heroes to add, I will for sure make a part 2, maybe even make this like a multi-video series. And a little update on the Lord Spidey video. It should be done either this week or next week, depending on when I upload this video. And it's going to be a long video. I'm talking over an hour, potentially like 2 hours, so yeah, that's gonna be a little while before it is done. I'm not even halfway done yet, and it's the footage I combined is like I want to say it's like 80 minutes to 90 minutes, so over an hour, which is pretty insane. But yeah, and also too, I ask you guys weekly what videos you guys want next. I'll pop up a little video on how to do that, or like how to check when I do it. But yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. And that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.